Hello, it's Mark here for GK, and today I'm here with the wonderful Chris Allan. Now, Chris is an endorsee for Paiste, Vic Firth and Remo.
Yes, correct.
Today we're going to take a look at some Paiste cymbals. The first question I have for you is why Paiste?
Okay, Paiste have been in my ears since I was very young. I grew up listening to Deep Purple, Queen, Led Zeppelin, and they all use these cymbals, and it's just a sound that I attached myself to. It took me a little while to get around to using them. I think they had a bit of a stigma in my circles when I was growing up as
What is that stigma?
The stigma was that they were heavy metal cymbals and they didn't do much else, so like Slipknot, Slayer. But the more I looked into it, the more I realised they did a lot more and can do many different styles.
And that's kind of what we're going to look at today in that they aren't just metal cymbals.
That's right.
They're diverse and they can be used for other kind of genres.
Yeah, I think they made a name as being loud and in your face, but there is a lot of other things they do, which isn't necessarily as up there as other brands, but it definitely is better in my opinion.
Now, as an endorsee for Paiste, I imagine you get to see and get to play some of the kind of the best of the best that they have to offer.
Yes, I have been very lucky to go to their amazing showroom and try a lot of cymbals out.
Where's that? Where they're located?
Milton Keynes with Korg.
Milton Keynes.
Yes.
I think I've been there.
Milton Keynes.
I think I've been there because it's Korg, Vox, and
they do Mapex, and Vic Firth is up there as well.
Okay.
So, hi Martin.
Do you want to go through what you've brought?
Yes. Today I've brought the 2002 Big Beats with me. Absolutely love the 2002 line. It's the classic Paiste line, but these were a new model they brought out, which were a little bit thinner, a little bit darker, and kind of sit just underneath the classic line, so I think they're a bit more diverse.
Okay.
They're called Big Beats, so they're all big sizes.
Yeah, makes sense.
They don't have your standard crashes rides. They're all multi-purpose cymbals, so if you want to ride on a 18-inch crash or crash on a 24-inch, then...
Is that common?
Paiste have done it before with their Giant Beat series, which came out in the late 60s. I think they just wanted you to decide if you think it sounds right for that application, then you can do it.
Okay.
So I've got 15-inch hi-hats, which is the smallest hi-hats they do in this series. Got a 19-inch, 22, a 20, and then an 18, which is the smallest that they do crash-wise in the series as well. So, in my opinion, the bigger the better.
What do you use this as?
Just an extra crash, yeah. I use various sizes depending on what session I might be doing.
Yeah.
But I like lots of choice, so...
Nice.
Stick them all up. So the 2002 line is famous for using B8 bronze.
Right.
For anyone that doesn't know, the most common high-end cymbal material is B20, which I believe for all the geeks is 20% tin to 80% copper.
That's an old, really geeky
That's
moment.
really geeky. So these are 8% tin. Usually B8 is thought of as used for cheaper cymbal lines,
Yeah.
but Paiste developed this in the late 60s for all the rock drummers. Because it lasts a bit longer, they don't break as often.
Okay.
And it has a bit more of a high-end frequency, so it kind of sits above guitars in a mix instead of having to be louder to push through the guitar frequencies.
Okay.
Because B8's used on the more affordable cymbals, people don't usually take to it that well, but
Yeah.
Paiste have managed to make these cymbals sound, in my opinion, even better than the higher end B20 cymbals.
So apart from being an endorsee,
Yeah.
me and Chris go back a long, long way. Well, about 10 years.
Yes.
I remember you coming and doing a session. We needed a drummer, and you came and filled in
Yeah.
and smashed it out. And that was what we were. That was a band I was in, and we were playing like pop rock.
Mhm. Yes.
And I mean, you've got a whole plethora of gigs and different styles of music under your belt, right? You've done
Yeah.
tons of different things.
Yeah. I've done everything from, thrash metal to country to pop. These cymbals were new out in 2016.
Yeah.
So I automatically took to them.
Yeah.
And I've used them from prog metal gigs. I used them on a country tour. And they're my favourite cymbals to record in my studio as well. They just work for absolutely everything.
If you haven't guessed, the point that we're trying to drill home is that they're so diverse that they can be used for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of brands out there doing a lot of things, and it's really trendy to use certain brands, which are very expensive, and I think that Paiste's often overlooked for fitting into those categories with the whole heavy metal thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, these hold their own.
And it's the same in the guitar world. People go, they want to buy a guitar and it's Fender or Gibson, and there's so many other brands out there that are nailing it. And it's not until you kind of get into the world and you have someone who is knowledgeable and who's used the stuff.
Yeah.
And they go, actually, what about these? What about this guitar? What about these cymbals? And
these cymbals haven't really come off my kit in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them.
Yeah. Great. Sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
So, as a Remo and Vic Firth endorsee, I'm assuming you've got Remo skins.
I have, yeah. I'm using coated vintage Emperors on the toms.
Yep.
A 24-inch Power Stroke 3 on the kick, which is standard. And I've got, on this particular snare, a Controlled Sound X, which is a little bit thicker than an Ambassador with a black dot on it as well.
And the rest of the kit?
Rest of the kit. This is a PDP concept maple snare.
Cool.
14 by 6.5, which is really cool. It's a bit classed as a bit of a more affordable range, but it sounds absolutely great. So.
And that's made by DW.
Yeah, it's made under the DW umbrella, so that's really cool.
And this DW kit is what?
This is a DW Performance Series,
Right.
which is USA made.
Yeah.
Same factory as the Collector's Series, which is their flagship line, but you don't get all of the exotic options. It's more of their stock.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted a black kit, so they had a black kit. Big sizes, 24 kick, 13 and 16.
Cool. And we're using Vic Firth sticks.
Vic Firth, American classic.
Quite heavy,
2B.
right?
They are, yeah. I find the bigger the stick, the less grip.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to hold the stick so tight. There's more stick to hold.
I was expecting a saying then, like the bigger the stick, the...
No, I find the more stick there is to hold, the more relaxed I can be.
Okay, that's fair.
And a bigger sound it makes.
So that was the 2002 Paiste Big Beats. We'd love to know what you think in the comments box below. And if you've enjoyed this video, then give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Chris should be back, hopefully, maybe, to do some more videos. And we shall both see you very soon.